Now let us discuss with the measurement of another important non-electrical quantity, that is displacement. So here there are two types of displacements which we can measure, that is linear displacement and angular displacement. So let us see first measurement of linear displacement. So in order to measure linear displacement, different transducers are used. For example, resistive potentiometers, strain gauges, variable inductance transducers, LVDTs, capacitive transducers, piezoelectric transducers, Hall effect transducers, electronic transducers, digital transducers, and so on. Already some of these transducers we have discussed in first and second module. So now, in case of measurement of linear displacement, we use most of the transducers as electrical transducers. In case of electrical transducers used for the measurement of linear displacement, the mechanical displacement is converted into an electrical variable. So that means the mechanical linear displacement is measured in terms of an electrical parameter. So the value of that electrical variable or electrical parameter will give the value of mechanical displacement. So a simple example is resistive potentiometer. So in case of linear potentiometer, for example rheostat, which we use in our laboratory. So when we increase or decrease the moving contact of rheostat, so that is whenever there is a linear displacement, then the moving contact of the potentiometer or rheostat varies. So accordingly the resistance of the rheostat or potentiometer changes. So now when the resistance of the potentiometer changes, so that change in the resistance is measured, that gives the value of the linear displacement. So therefore in case of mechanical displacement, it is converted into an electrical variable. So that converted electrical variable is measured, which gives the value of linear mechanical displacement. But here, in order to measure very small displacements or small deflections of the order of 0.25 millimeter, 0.25 mm, we use some differential transformers, for example LVDT. So in order to measure small deflections, we cannot use the regular transducers which are used to measure the mechanical displacements. So for small deflection measurement, we use LVDTs, which is a type of differential transformer. Now let us see measurement of small displacements. So as I told, in order to measure small linear displacements of the order of 0.25 mm, we use linear or differential transformer. So this diagram shows linear or differential transformer. So this is basically an LVDT, that is linear variable differential transformer. So here there is a primary winding and the secondary winding is split into two turns. The two turns of secondary winding are connected in such a way that the voltage induced across these two secondary windings are equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in direction. And this primary and secondary windings are linked through a common core. So now at normal condition, the core is present at the center. So when the core is at the center, when we give AC supply across primary winding, the voltage induced across the two secondary windings are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. So therefore, the net induced voltage across secondary winding will be 0. Now, because of the linear displacement, suppose if core moves in the upward direction, then more amount of core will be linking with the top secondary winding than the bottom secondary winding. So therefore, the voltage induced across the top secondary winding is more than the voltage induced across the bottom secondary winding. So therefore, the net voltage will be V1 minus V2, which increases. So the value of the net secondary voltage will give the amount of displacement of the core. And suppose if the linear displacement is in the downward direction, in that case the core will move in the downward direction, and therefore more amount of core will be linking with the bottom secondary winding than the top secondary winding. So therefore, the voltage induced across the bottom secondary winding will be more than the voltage induced across the top secondary winding. In that case, the net secondary voltage will be V1 minus V2, so which is more in the bottom secondary winding direction. So the amount of the difference in voltage will give the amount of displacement of this core. So therefore, here the magnitude of displacement is measured in terms of the magnitude of secondary voltage across the secondary winding, and the direction of displacement is decided by the polarity of the output voltage across the secondary winding. So in this way, small displacements of the order of mm can be measured in terms of change in the output voltage across the secondary winding. Now let us discuss about measurement of angular displacement. So again, in order to measure angular displacement, different types of transducers are used. For example, resistive potentiometer, variable inductive transducers, synchros, capacitive transducers, RVDT, that is rotary variable differential transformer, variable reluctance transducer, and so on. So now let us discuss about variable reluctance transducer for the measurement of angular displacement, because the remaining types of transducers already we have discussed in first and second module. So therefore, let us discuss about variable reluctance transducer to measure angular displacement. So this is the diagram of variable reluctance transducer. So here L1 and L2 are the two identical coils which are connected in series opposition. These coils are so placed with respect to a cam-shaped iron core that when the core is at the center, that is at null position, the impedances of both the coils are same. Hence, the voltage induced across the coils are also same, though they are 180 degree out of phase with respect to each other. Now, any angular displacement either in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, if there is any angular displacement from the null position of this core, then that will result in differential voltage output, which is proportional to the amount of displacement. So if there is any deflection or rotation in the anti-clockwise or clockwise direction of this core, in that case it produces output voltage, and that differential output voltage is proportional to amount of displacement. So now the clockwise and anti-clockwise angular displacements produce different outputs which are opposite in phase. Thus the angular displacement may be measured in magnitude and in direction also. So therefore here the angular displacement can be measured both in magnitude as well as the direction of angular displacement can also be predicted by using this variable reluctance transducer.